Alright, we're going to look at how to edit your own WordPress pages and other kind of important information. So if you have your WordPress website all set up and you have it looking somewhat how you want, you probably want to start adding information to it. So that means you want to add a contact page, you want to add an about page, and you could add really any kind of page. So when I say page, what do I mean? A page is a static element of your website that essentially doesn't really change too often. It's not like a blog post. A post is something that you throw up there on the web, and it's probably time sensitive, and it's really just made to be read pretty quickly and then either shared or forgotten, essentially. I hate to say it like that, but a page is something that's a little more static, and it'll stand out to Google a little bit better too. So you should always have an about page and a contact us page, because that's just the way that you should go. So in order to do that, we're going to go to our dashboard right here, and this probably looks a little bit familiar now because I was just looking at the Modern Lessons page before. So you go to Pages, and we can go to Add New right here. And let's say we just want to throw in a sample page. So we'll just call it Sample Page. And then we just click here, anywhere in the body text, and this is where you type. So you can do whatever you want here. I would recommend it being pretty lengthy. Keep an eye on the word count down here. I try to get that above 300 words or so, because that tells Google that it's not just sort of like a spam page. So definitely have at least 300 words in it. Most themes, if you used a premium theme, like I mentioned in an earlier lesson, will have different templates. Templates are typically a design element of your theme, and what they do is they tell you typically where the sidebar is going to go. So we'll say we want a left sidebar, and let's see what that looks like. We can just hit the preview button and see this is the sidebar. It's just a little widget that we'll cover a bit later. But this is where your type went. So we'll go back. Let's say we actually like it on the right. We'll hit preview again, and this will magically move over to the right. Pretty straightforward. And up here you can see it says sample page, and that is this part right here. And if you want to make the web address a little simpler, you can just change this to whatever you want, and it'll automatically make sure it's a web-friendly address. So we can just change that to sample, and this is where you type. You can do just about anything you want with this. So we'll add it a bit. There we go. Alright, let's select these items. And if you wanted to make a bulleted list, you can just click that. If you wanted to bold one, you can just hit bold. If you wanted to italicize one, and so forth. Strike through, and it all comes out looking like that. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll show you how it looks on this. It'll end up looking differently on your theme. See how the third element is red right here? The theme changes it to black right now. So yours may not. You should definitely check. So be sure to try out all the different formatting tools that you have. One thing I've noticed is, as you can see right here, there's a little bit more of an indentation, but on my theme right here, there's not as much of an indentation. So that's something to keep in mind. Every theme is different, so I can't really roll through the millions of themes out there, but if you have one and you have a question about it, feel free to ask that question in this lesson. Alright, so let's say we are ready to publish this. We'll just hit publish. And there we go. It's as simple as that. You get a little yellow thing. We'll hit page publish. So now you can see up here it says sample instead of sample page because we tweaked this. Right here, the permalink. You can hit OK. We can continue to change that too even after it's published, but I wouldn't recommend that because a lot of people will link and bookmark to your page, and if you change the link it might not work when they click on it back. Okay, so now we have our page. Let's say we want to add that page now to our menu. We can go to Appearance and Menu, and it'll pull up this right here. See how courses, languages, social, request. Let's say we want to add it to the right of request. All we have to do is click onto the main menu area, because you can see over here this is the main menu. We'll scroll down to the bottom, and it already has the sample page right here as our most recent page, we can just hit sample page, and it's already in there, but it's not on the actual website yet. Let's say we want to just make it say sample and open link in a new window. Now we can hit save, and now we'll refresh this. There's your sample right there. So when we click this, it should open in a new window. Yep, just like that. So it says sample, but the actual title is sample page. So you can use that to simplify your menu listings. So this is actually, if you click on courses, it's called course catalog. So in order to save space, I just called it courses in the menu. So I hope that makes sense. And we're now going to delete this. So we'll just click here, click remove. It's not deleted yet until you hit save menu. And there we go. It'll tell you this main menu has been updated. And we can always go back and click onto all our pages that we have, and we'll scroll down, and we can do a quick edit of our sample page. You can change when it was posted, who actually posted it, if you want it to be private, which means anybody with the link can see it, but otherwise no one else can. Or you can password protect it, so people will be asked for a password prior to seeing it. You can change the parent, which means if you want to have a hierarchy and organize it a bit, so you can see under my account is tools that you can do, like change your password, edit address, and that kind of stuff. Order, you don't have to worry too much about with pages anymore, thanks to the menu. And the template I already told you about. Allow comments is simply to allow comments on your page. And if you have to change your page and want to take it down for a little bit, you can change it to draft or pending review. And that'll make sure an administrator of your blog has to approve it, or draft is just literally, it's a rough draft and you're not ready to throw it up there onto the full web. So we'll just do a quick trash right there. And now I'll refresh this. And you can see it automatically pulls it out of the menu. And that's about it. So that's how you create trash and edit a page. All pretty straightforward, I should think. So I hope you enjoyed that and start adding pages to your site.